Now, art and film exhibitions, as well as live performances, are the order of the day, particularly this year's edition of the Human Rights Festival taking place at Constitution Hill. The annual event serves as a platform to create conversations, particularly around human rights issues. Zola, Sholwana joining us live now from there as well. Zola, let's just talk about we're speaking about song and dance and concerts ultimately, but really a celebration of our human rights and hopefully clear messaging on the ability to uphold those and government to continue to give those to us.
Well, yes, indeed, Arabile. This event offers a platform to young South Africans and even the old, but particularly the youth, to come together and hold meaningful conversations around the Constitution of South Africa and our democracy. So this event happens annually, and this is the 7th edition. Now, quite interestingly, it started just as a march, in 2004, and it actually amounted to what it is right now. One of the biggest festivals that one can actually get to hear about, where we see artists, we see exhibitors. We also, there are very important debates and conversations that are held in between, and live performances that usually happen as well. But just to tell us more about what is expected to happen today, we've got the communications and marketing organizer here at the Constitution Hill. Ma'am, thank you very much for your time. Take us through the importance of this event, or rather the role that it plays in promoting democracy in South Africa.
The Human Rights Festival is not just for 4 days of the year. It is the work that Constitution Hill, what I consider a living museum, conducts throughout the year. This festival is a culmination of a reminder of our democracy as South Africa. We are based on the apron right now of the Constitutional Court, and the work we do is to remind our citizens that our democracy is meant to be immortalized, and how did we get here. So throughout the festival, we will be focusing on our constitutional values and our freedom of speech, particularly as we go through the day with many dialogues with our partners.
And every single year there's much growth, noticeable growth that you get to see. And what's more interesting is the fact that this event started as a march in 2004.
Absolutely. The fact that it has been embraced by not just people in Gauteng, but globally across Africa. We have people here from Africa. We've got neighboring countries in attendance physically as visitors, which is great for our tourism economy. We're also really thrilled to have people like Greenpeace, the United Nations themselves, as well as DW Germany this year for the first time, meaning we will reach 36 countries in Europe with an amazing street debate held for our youth, unpacking how USAID is in fact affecting our youth now that it's been withdrawn.
Quite interesting. Now, what kind of activities are we looking forward? I know the most exciting one for people that enjoy live performances is having Mandisi, Yankees being part of that, meaning that there's significant growth. But what more do people need to know about?
Look, right now at this time, the team is out here preparing to open the gates at 10 a.m. The festival is free to access throughout the day. At 4 p.m. we will be checking your tickets because we are subscribed for having such an amazing performance this evening. Throughout the day, parents can come through with their kids, visit the Kids Village, where Pray Africa is front and center with developmental play throughout the day. There are theatre performances. Sakisizwe from our own community in Hillbrow will be putting on performances on the main stage today. We also have multiple art exhibitions across the site from artists like Gift Kosi. So I recommend that people come through as soon as they are ready to move on a Saturday, visit the vendors market, enjoy the entertainment, the activities, the talks and dialogues, and of course, join us for lunch because we've got some great food to offer.
Thank you very much for your time, ma'am. That is the Marketing and Communications Manager here at Constitutional Hill. Arabile, I'm seeing very interesting, art pieces here. The very famous Rasta is actually here with his painting of Mamawini Madikizela Mandela. Of course, because we're running out of time, we might not be able to get to speak to him. But just to show you, this drawing that we are seeing right behind me has been achieved. In fact, he did this in just over a night. Rasta, thank you very much for your time. A very interesting drawing of Mamuwini. How long did it take for you to put this together?
Thank you. This is Rasta, the artist. It took me like a day to to finish up a portrait. So as we're going with Mama Winnie theme at Constitution Hill, so I saw it fitting to do a portrait of him. I've got some other paintings that I did when she was still alive. Others I did when we opened Mandela Drive, Mandela Drive. Yeah, then the other ones that I did when she passed on. So I've got almost 6 paintings of her.
Thank you very much, Rasta. And of course, we will get to see more of that and other colorful exhibitors that will be part of this event as it is set to begin at 10 o'clock. Arabile, back to you in studio.
Zola, thank you so much for that crossing then. Very interesting day indeed across that Human Rights Festival. Then we'll certainly be crossing in on that throughout the morning as well.